Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today I will be giving the top 5 first basemen of all time. Now, before I give you my favorites, before I give you the players who I think are the best first basemen, feel free to share your picks down below in the comments, and let's just hop right in. Starting off at number 5, a player I did not actually expect to put at number 5, but doing some thinking, because I did kind of have to think about, like, obviously these players all played in different eras, so you kind of did have to, like, think about inflation and deflation for numbers. But yes, number 5, Jimmie Foxx. I think he is one of the most underrated players of all time. Now, people who are like diehard baseball fans, most of them would know who Jimmie Foxx is, but if you just ask the casual, they're less likely to know who Jimmie Foxx was. But yeah, he was very underrated. He also did play a little bit of catcher, but because first baseman was his primary position, that's why he qualifies for the first base video. But yeah, Jimmie Foxx, he was amazing. He had a over 320 career average. He had over 500 home runs. I believe he won a Triple Crown all the way back in the 30s. I mean, yeah, Jimmie Foxx was just incredible, and he is, in my opinion, a top 5 first baseman of all time. Number 4, a player I actually didn't know which position I would include them, because like when I did research, it didn't really say where their primary position was. I did decide I'm going to include him in a first baseman video, Miguel Cabrera. Now, his defense might not be all that great, but his bat was just insane. And he also had great longevity, and he was one of only 3 players in history, the other being Willie Mays and Hank Aaron. So keep that in mind, he's done something that only those other 2 could say they've done, to hit 500 home runs, get 3,000 hits, and have a lifetime career 300 batting average. So yeah, simply Miguel Cabrera, even though his fielding wasn't great, because he did accomplish that and because he was just an amazing hitter, he is the number 4 first baseman of all time. Now the number 3 first baseman of all time, and the number 3 and 2 were tough. The number 3 I ended up going with Lou Gehrig. Obviously, he was famously teammates with Babe Ruth in the 1927 season. I mean, yeah, Lou Gehrig was just an insanely amazing player. Definitely one of the best of all time. Number 3 first baseman for a reason. And in most positions, he'd probably be number 2 or 1. But first baseman is easily the most loaded of the infield in terms of all-time greats. He is honestly a borderline top 10 player of all time, which I'm not sure if he'll make the top 10 or not, but he'll definitely be in like that 10 to 12 range when I do my top 100 players. But yeah, Lou Gehrig, simply put, was just amazing. He had, I believe, close to 500 home runs. I forget if he hit the 500 or not, but he was definitely close. He had over a 340 career batting average. Simply put, Lou Gehrig was amazing, and he's the 3rd best first baseman of all time. 2nd best first baseman of all time, Stan the Man Musial. He was obviously the best Cardinals player of his time, and by some people, he's the best of all time, which some other Cardinals player who played way later is going to take the cake for this first baseman, which I think a lot of you guys could already guess who it is. But yeah, simply put, Stan the Man, he was the man for a reason. He was amazing. I mean, he was a contender for best player of his era, because he played in the early 1940s. I think, I mean, I kind of don't want to like spoil my top like 10, like, because like I kind of already know who like my first few in my top 10 will be, but like he is kind of tied with Ted Williams for like best of the early 1940s, and you guys will see in the top 100 video who I end up putting higher. But yeah, simply put, Stan the man, he was amazing, and he's the second best first baseman of all time. But the best first baseman of all time is Albert Pujols. Now, his later career did fall apart a little bit, but his early part of his career was just, simply put, some of the best baseball we've ever seen. I mean, he did end up reaching the milestone of 700 home runs, something that only 3 other players, Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds, and Hank Aaron, could say they've done. But yeah, like, simply put, Albert Pujols, he was amazing. He got over 3,000 hits. He debuted in the steroid era, but he was still keeping up with them despite not taking steroids. And he definitely led the Cardinals to 2 World Series. And in my opinion, he does edge out Stan the man for best Cardinals player of all time. But yeah, simply put, Albert Pujols, he was amazing. And in my opinion, he is the best first baseman of all time. Now, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your picks for the best first baseman down below in the comments. And I cannot wait to do the other rankings. Now, thanks for watching, and peace out.